So it's the next morning, and you're mingling in the court, throwing some chance cubes, and losing more credits than you care to admit. And Demos saunters over to you. And he's got a smile, and he's just looking especially at Tor, and says, Darga wants to talk to you. And there are three big Gomorian brutes right behind Demos, all with their vibro axes slung over their shoulders, hands on the weapons, watching you.
Only me?
He is motioning to everybody. Darga wants to talk to you, but he's keeping a very close eye personally on you.
You won't mind if we call him first to confirm this.
He's right over there.
No.
We can see him.
You can see him, and he's looking your way.
Hey, Steve.
Is there concealment and trees and
No.
secret door? Rancor pits?
He just stares right at you.
There's a gladiatorial pit behind him.
Again? Okay.
And so you head on over there. 6-6 translates for Darga, the newly repaired 6-6.
6'6.5".
66 and 2/3. So it's 66.66. And he translates for Darga, going, before Master D's guests arrive, he wants you to clear up an issue. And then Darga looks at Demos. He goes, Darga's security specialist has brought to his attention you may have had some problems with the Empire. Is this true? And Demos' grin becomes about as large as the hut itself. Hey, you're in a skill challenge. You're going up against Demos, who gets to go after each of you to shut down what you're saying or make his points. How do you want to do this?
Do we know anything about the skill challenge? Is there any?
There is
You can tell us?
the antagonist, as I said. So Demos goes after each person to shut you down. You don't get failures yourselves. If Demos gets 3 successes beforehand, you guys get your 3 successes, then you're totally hosed. It's degenerating, so if you blow a check, if Demos gets it 1 right, the difficulty gets harder by 5. If you get 1 right, the difficulty for the next one drops by 5. It's recovery, so if you get 1 right succeed by over 5 over the difficulty, you can cash in your success to cancel one of Demos' successes.
Full spell.
You said we have to get 5 before he gets 3?
You have to get 3 before he gets
3 before he
Let's start with Tor.
Yeah, for our full slot, does that count for the entire skill challenge? Because it's supposed to count for an encounter.
Yeah, this skill challenge counts as a type of encounter.
Oh, great.
Definitely full spell.
I'll use mine too. That's +5 to all skills.
Fun, need it.
So who is beginning?
If this is an encounter, can I use commanding presence?
You sure can.
I'm not going to start off with that, of course, but maybe when
So
things
that-
start going downhill.
So that's going to make lower Demos' will by 2. So who's going first on this?
Do we know how much Demos knows?
No.
Does anybody here know what Demos knows about you guys?
I'm pretty sure I told everyone that he had listened to us in the Illusion Cream.
Specifically of Nemo slaughtering the Imperial officer. And you made a point of saying your droid is quite recognizable.
Wait.
You can tell by
Darga
the
isn't the
scenes.
brightest person when it comes to technology. He likes flashy, right?
That seems to be what you've seen.
So he wouldn't really notice if someone changed the feed and placed Nemo in the feed.
MS tape the
I'm just saying, I might be able, not really to bullshit, but use knowledge untrained plus
So
plus
that-
5.
Well, you still have your really good.
So to accomplish that, you would have to get your hands on the footage, which is probably on Demos' data pad. So you'd have to lift the data pad. You'd have
out of his
to,
hands while Darga is looking at us.
Yes.
then you would have to alter the footage, make a computer check to find it and to alter it.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, photoshopping could take hours.
Well, I was trying to say that whatever.
Oh, it's possible. You just have to accomplish those elements.
Well, I'll just keep that for
I'll just try. I'll
Yeah, if
just
you
try
want to
talking
try
to
and
her.
get Darby.
Yeah, try talking
Darby
to him.
graces, I can try and follow
All
up.
right. You do have a +2 with all relations to Darga. So you're in a very good shape with that.
And +5 with Fool's Luck.
Do you have knowledge technology?
No. Oh, look, Target, nobody likes the Empire, of course. Should I roll first?
No, go ahead and say it.
We've had our problems with the Empire in the past, but just about everyone does. I'm sure you've had your own when they don't quite cooperate with the business deals that you set up with them.
Don't pay on time, don't pay accurately.
Yeah, they're not a good client. They're not a good business partner. Think of the slaves that they've given you. What have they given you? Anything but trouble. It's a complicated galaxy, but we've had problems with the Empire in the past. I don't know exactly what Demos is trying to tell you here, but obviously he's much closer with the Empire than even you are. And so I'm sure he has his own ways of discovering and coloring information. All I'm saying is that I think we've proved ourselves to you through all of this, and to give us a chance to explain, after, of course, these mysterious charges are brought to light.
All right, roll your persuasion.
18?
Want to spend the force point?
Yeah.
Well, hang on, let me
Is
look
that
at
with
the-
your +7?
Yeah.
Because you have
Yeah, I only
+2.
rolled an 11.
That's an 18. You could make it with a force point.
Yeah.
That was an awesome speech.
21?
21. He was right with you, but then until you got to they're bad to do business with. And at that part, Darga looks at you and says, they do pay on time. They do keep their word. It's just a matter of striking the right bargain with them, which an adept negotiator would be able to accomplish. And he goes, so, Demos, they do deserve to hear what has been, what the accusations are. Bring it out. And Demos looks and says, quite frankly, the images speak for themselves. The problems that they are alluding to is not about collecting business. The problem is with slicing the heads off of Imperial officers at a prison facility. And he presents the footage to Darga. So that's...
You think we got our slaves in prison?
24, he gets a success on that. Darga says, is it? And looks at Nemo and says, is this true? Because Nemo is the most clearly seen person in being in this. So what do you want to do?
No, we're not entirely sure that's Nemo.
I do not recollect such an event here, Senator.
Are you trying to do a deception against Darga the Hutt?
Let's see under my deception.
Do you have knowledge about how this a fraud could be pulled off?
I can probably do that. I do have knowledge technology. 110.
Go for that roll.
I don't want to retcon anything, but I actually got like a 26 on my persuasion.
A 26 on your what?
On my persuasion.
I
You
got it.
added it wrong?
I didn't even add the persuasion. I just added my Fool's Luck and my target.
Then you got a success.
My
But
persuasion is 8.
you got a success on it. It doesn't change anything.
All right.
Only you got the success. He was with you. He wants to believe you. Wants to see the evidence against it, but he didn't like where you're basically saying you're doing bad business.
Alright.
He doesn't like that.
Demo said a good point too.
Alright, I got a high 20 on my roll.
A 20 on your knowledge technology.
And
good.
that's not,
So you're
that's
able-
not a hot with any
So you're
pluses
able to
or dark
basically
or minuses from,
take your data pad where you have footage from the other night of Kesra attacking you guys and her being dragged away, and you basically Photoshop the image of Nemo so it looks like Nemo is being pulled away, and you just show that and say, okay. Is that what you're trying, kind of the point you're trying to make? Or did I misinterpret that?
Just so it's easily faked.
It's not full quality Photoshop, it's
yeah,
like my version of animation, did you see?
Well, it was done on the fly.
Yeah.
It didn't take
Yeah.
hours.
something like this could have easily even faked more effectively if someone had a hot hours, maybe days to plan it.
And the appropriate skill point.
Demos counters with saying, this is not faked information. This, if you notice the little badge down here, this is very encrypted information, very, very difficult to mess with, because it comes straight from the Imperial Inquisitor's office. To which Darga goes, what?
Oh, who's this bad for?
What are you doing talking to Imperial Inquisitors?
So that
So it's back to the ball's in your court. You've got 2 successes. Demos has got 1, and he is on the run.
You got any ideas?
We could always
Try
use
something out.
computer for that one thing that we have of where Demos has been with that tracking device, see what he's been doing.
That's,
I don't know, maybe he's been off planet, maybe something's been happening.
is that since, we only had access to that since the race?
You've had access to it for the since the race. You could do a use computer on it and look up that info if you want.
I mean, it might be helpful. It'll be a +6, plus 14. Go for it. No one. Okay, 24.
24.
It's
Perfect.
full luck, right?
Yeah, that's what's full luck. That's 24.
So you pull up this little recording of where Red Dot of where he's been, and it starts out very wide, so it looks like he doesn't go anywhere. But as you kind of zoom in, kind of like you would on MapQuest and Google Earth, you see that he has gone to spent a bit of time yesterday at the spaceport, specifically in Darga's personal docking bay, which is supposed to be under heavy security, where Darga keeps a lot of his treasures kept.
You may want to check this out, Darga.
And Darga looks as, after our guests, we will have a talk, Demos. What, you cannot talk your way out of what you were doing there. I was collecting a gift for you. That's all I can say right now. I know that you're busy, but trust me. He goes, I don't trust you, Demos. And so that is your
I guess you're not
success.
getting your Life Day present. So we won that skill challenge?
You won.
Alright.